Hello there and welcome to another video brought to you by the good people at FM Wonderkids. Today, by popular demand, we're going to be looking at the best young Serbian players in Football Manager 2016. Please get in touch, let me know any videos you want to see in the future, scout reports from Montenegro, Holland, Spain, Blackpool, anywhere you'd like to see, we make videos for you. As with a lot of the other videos in my series, we have simmed the game for a good 6-year period to see how these players' attributes have developed in that time. First up, we're going to show you Zivkovic, one of the greatest attacking prospects in the game. You can see here he's developed into a very good technical player. You see he plays on the right wing, but he's left-footed, so that's ideal for a kind of inside forward role. I have seen him develop better than this before, so you could bank on these attributes being slightly higher, so you could bank on these 15s being 16s, for example, 16s and 17s even, to be honest with you. So if you have a look at his history here, maybe he's had a couple of seasons where he hasn't been given the opportunity to develop here. He only played 4 games in one season at Real Madrid, which isn't really good enough if you want to get those attributes up higher. You can pick him up at the start of the game for £1.2 million. That's £1.2 million. I think he's paying for Partizan here. He may not be able to get a work permit straight away until he's got a couple of caps for his country. You can see he's got 64 caps, so that might be something you want to bear in mind. Next up, we'll go Markovic, obviously playing for Liverpool. You can see he's very versatile, right winger, left winger, attacking midfield. You could probably train him to play centre forward here because he's got the finishing, composure, and the pace and off the ball. So he's a very attack-minded player, but not very good defensively. You can see very poor defensively, fives. But you play him as a trequartista, play him high up the pitch, play him as a striker. I'm sure he'd do well for you. Average ratings of high 6s here. You can see he gets quite a few goals and a lot of assists as well. So that's someone you might want to be looking out for. Next up, we'll go Nastasic. I think that's how you pronounce it. Please let me know if I do a terrible job of these pronunciations. A central defender, used to play for Manchester City. I think he then got sold to Gelsenkirchen here in Germany. You can see he has got a lot of the stuff you're looking for. So he's got strength and he's got pace. That is exactly what you need if you're a top level club looking for a centre back. He's got positioning, concentration and composure and anticipation, and he's got all the defending things you need apart from maybe heading, but his jumping reach is good, and if I remember rightly, he is a very tall chap. He's 6'2", so that is quite tall. As you can see, his average ratings are through the roof, so he's high 7s all the time, so that's someone you should be looking at getting in if you can. Next up, we'll go for this chap here, Savic. He's valued at £29.5 million here. He's playing for Lazio. So another defensive-minded player. Again, not very attack-minded, although he has got the technical ability, like the first touch and the technique. So you can play him in the centre forward, in the centre midfield role rather. And I'd probably look at training him as a ball-playing central defender and see how that works out. If we have a look at his history here, at the start of the game, it looks like he plays for Genk, and Lazio bought him for £9.25 million. He would be a very good investment for you, as I say, because he's very strong defensively. If you have a look at his graph, that will probably show that, yeah, all round. And he's got the vision as well, so maybe a good deep line playmaker for you guys if that's something that you are looking for. Next up, we'll go for this guy, Saponijic. Yeah, striker. You can see he's got the finishing composer, which is the first thing you always look for in your strikers, and he's got strength as well, and heading, which is great. Jumping, he'll get a lot of goals. I'm sure we'll have a look at his attributes here. Yeah, he's tall as well, so he's like a target man, if you will. He does bang in a lot of goals. His average ratings are pretty decent. Yeah, be a very good side. You can see he's not playing for great clubs here, so if you got him in a very decent team, I'm sure he'd score a lot more goals than that and get a higher rating, because he has got, like I say, the strength, the finishing and the heading is really quite a good little player. Next up, this guy here, Markovic. I believe he's a goalkeeper. Yep, turns out to be one of the best goalkeepers in the game. Definitely go out and buy him. You can pick him up for peanuts at the start of the game. I think less than £1 million. Again, work permit might be an issue until he's got a couple of caps for his country. So you can see here, he's developing. He's starting playing for Everton, and like I say, his attributes are pretty decent if we have a look at his graph here. Yeah, phenomenal little goalkeeper. Definitely with someone who you want to bring in if you can. Like I say, he turns out to be one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Certainly one of the best prospects in the game for that position. Right then, we'll go down then to this chap here, Radoja. Again, defensive-minded player. Very good technically in the defensive side. Great leadership, great concentration, great strength. Definitely a little stalwart you might want to purchase if you're looking for someone who can get their foot in the middle of the park. Definitely players you need defensively, defensive players with their weight in gold. This guy here I've had a lot of messages about, Luca Jovic. I've struggled finding him in other games. You do need to have the Serbian league loaded up in your preferences if you want to find this guy. But he is a little gem if you're lucky. He's got the finish in the first touch and the composure. He's got off the ball pace and acceleration. If you just saw these attributes jump up an extra notch here, he'd be an absolutely fantastic player. So he's definitely someone I'd look at getting if I were you. I'd get that Serbian league loaded up on your save games and definitely look at bringing him in. Like I said, I've had a lot of interest on this player, so we'll have a little further look at his attributes here. Yeah, you can see that technical and attacking and speed. He's like a Serbian Michael Owen, if you will. So he's got concentration, composure, determination. So a striker with good mental attributes will always score you goals. If you have another look at his history here, yeah, he's scored 14 in 27 games here and 12 in 19 games, and he's getting a very high average rating. Go out and buy this player if you can. He is my recommendation for today from the Serbian Scout Report. If we go a little bit further down here, we can see players like Adam Lallana. Again, not sure how I pronounce it, but you see he's very good technically. He's playing for Norwich. You can play him anywhere along the front four positions, corners, worth his weight in gold. Someone who can cross the ball and get corners in, you'll score a lot of goals from that. He's got acceleration, but he hasn't necessarily got pace. He's got flair and composure, but he hasn't necessarily got bravery or determination. So you will have to surround him with players with stronger mental attributes and stronger physical attributes maybe, but he's got vision and technical ability and he's got flair, so he's someone who I would look at spending a pretty penny on if you would like to risk it. You can see he's got the dreaded 666 average rate in there, but he gets a lot of games in and he scores a few goals and gets a few assists. Looks quite attainable. Obviously he plays for Norwich here. They bought him for 7.25 million. Could be good value for you if you're a kind of mid-table Premier League club. Another good recommendation for you guys today. Adam Lallana, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please click like, please click subscribe, and get your recommendations in for future videos. Thanks very much. Bye.